Oh, fuck.
What's up,
Where's Mike's
everybody?
pants? Oh,
Welcome. My pants are where the Patriots' fucking effort is. They're gone. What's
I
up,
thought you were gonna
everybody?
say in the shitter.
Welcome to Tuck Rule Takes, episode 160. Um, 160 of Tuck Rule Takes. Gang's all here. I'm Mike. Al's here as well. Liam's down there doing God knows what. I, you know what?
hold
When
on,
we
hold
talk
on,
about
hold
the
on.
Patriots, we'll talk about it.
Before you start off here, I just because me and Al were actually
Please,
discussing this, the
please do.
two the Massachusetts residents of Tuck Rule Takes had a nice little get together the other day.
We
You know,
did.
we sat down on the couch, we watched some football, and we played Dorty Dorito. It was a really bonding moment between the two of us. It united our heads, literally and figuratively. But we were discussing that Mike said that this past game was the last game that he was going to, on air, say the Patriots should be favored, the Patriots are going to win. And
Mhm.
how'd that one work out?
I held true to my word. That was the one. I think that was
Mm.
everybody. Everybody
Yeah.
thought the Patriots
And
had a
Al
chance
and
in that.
Al said, we're not saying you're ludicrous here. We're not shitting on you because I don't think the Cardinals are stunning either.
Right.
But
They're not.
Al and I did give a final score of the Cardinals scoring more points than the Patriots.
We
And
did.
We
I love
did.
your unbridled optimism. You held on. You held on
I
real
tried.
tight. I wish I could see things through the world of your eyes because it must be a fabulous, beautiful world that you live in. But this was very unfortunate for everyone involved, really.
Listen, I just thought they're coming off a bye. Like they got you have a whole like I know this isn't the Belichick led team, but you got a whole extra week to prepare for a team that's not blowing you away really with anything. I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? Let's get a win and then let's just be the plucky underdogs for the rest of the year.
And that's what Al
Yeah.
said. It was like we were like 2 quarters in, and Al goes, "I can't believe this is how we play off a bye." And I was like,
Yeah, right.
I was like, I didn't even, it didn't even cross my mind until Al said it, and I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Uh
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't even think about it till after the game. But before we talk about the Patriots, we did miss something last week that I do want to talk about. I do want to chat
Bill
about real quick.
Belichick would never play this bad off a bye. Let the record show.
Speaking of Bill Belichick has resorted to the minor leagues and he has signed with, no, I don't care. Good for him. He signed with UNC, University of North Carolina. Fun fact, Drake May's alma mater, however you want to word it there,
Comes
that's where
full
he just
circle,
came
huh?
from.
Kind of weird.
It really does. It's almost like Belichick's trying to follow in May's footsteps. I don't know.
Yeah, it
But
might be a stretch, but
but yeah,
sure.
he's there. So I guess he's there for anywhere from 3 to 5 years. It's been kind of all over the place. I've seen that he's there definitely for three. There's the option for it to maybe go to five. And I saw that it was definitely five. So whatever. He's there for a few years. There were a bunch of different stipulations. There was this thing where he had like this 400 page like Bible that he gave to them. He kind of pushed back on that, but he did have a couple things. He wanted them to up their NIL money, which they did. They brought from 4 million to 20 million, which is huge. So they're going to be getting players in there to play with them. He already signed a center from Holy Cross. So in the
No
transfer
way.
portal, yeah. So he's doing Belichick things already.
He
But
is.
um, but yeah, we don't need to get into the how is it going to be for UNC because we are not a college podcast. What we're going to talk about, and I want to toss it to you guys. What are your thoughts on this? Because I'm sure, Al, I'm sure you've seen it. Liam, I'm sure you've heard it wherever. It's he went there. It's a failure. How could he do this? This is crazy. Blah, blah, blah. You see from all different angles good, bad. This is bad for UNC. This is bad for Belichick. This is good for both of them. Where do you guys jump off? What's your kind of thoughts about this move?
Really, really weird. Really weird. Because
Mhm.
nobody saw this coming. Nobody saw Bill Belichick going down to college and coaching at a mid-tier, right now, a
Mhm.
mid-tier ACC school.
Emphasis on right now.
So when you put it into perspective, like the Alabama job, I don't know if that head coach is gonna stay at Alabama next year. They might say
Mhm.
forget it because it's the first time they've missed, the playoff in God knows how long. But could the Alabama job have opened? Could the Ohio State job have opened if Ryan Day ended up getting fired? And also this too, Bill Belichick didn't even last a full football season without getting back into it. Couldn't even make it a season,
He loves it.
He
which is
loves it.
great.
He's addicted.
But do we really think that Bill Belichick is going to be sitting in a living room of a kid in, let's just to make it easy, in Raleigh, North Carolina, and be like, we really want you. We think you'd be better than going to like the SEC, playing for South Carolina, or maybe
Going
even
to
going
Oregon or some shit.
going to Oregon. So why don't you just come over here and
Mhm.
we'll take the money now. Do you really think that Bill is going to go into that kid's living room and be excited to try to get him there? Like, no. And that's the part to me that's like, okay, how is that going to work? How is he going to get top names? Is he going to get it on his name alone? Probably he'll get some kids like that. There've already
Mhm.
been a couple kids that have taken their name out of the transfer portal for
Yep.
UNC. Whether they're big impact guys, I don't know. But it just is strange. I would have liked to see him come back to the NFL because I think on that Black Monday where a bunch of coaches get fired after the regular season's over, I think you're going to see at least 6 to 7 jobs open up, maybe even close to 10 jobs open up. There's going to be a lot of firings, I think, this year. And I think Belichick could have easily snagged a job there, but I don't know.
There might be a team up in the Northeast he might want to go. Might want to go coach. You know what I mean? I believe
I know.
the Pat Patriot is their logo. I don't know. They might have an
No,
opening.
no,
Who
no,
knows?
no, no. The one is the name of something you can fly potentially. You see it in the military a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
9/11.
a that's another. No, I wasn't gonna go that far, but that was too far,
Yeah,
Mike.
yeah.
That
That
was
Did
was
you
too
hear that,
far.
awesome. No, that was
Liam?
awesome.
Liam, did you hear that? Where I guess Belichick reached out to the Jets to
Yeah,
to to see if they would take him or whatever. And I guess
yeah.
whatever, it didn't happen. Whatever happened, but that's kind of
Yeah.
crazy too.
Well, realistically, I think Belichick was just doing that so he could punk him again. He was going to sign for a day and then bounce. He's just like, fuck you guys the second time.
Imagine,
I can't
imagine.
believe you idiots let me do this. But there was a point that Al said, which I find utterly uh, moronic, which should be the appropriate word that I would use because we were on the air. But that Belichick has to sit in the living room and pitch to guys and convince them to come to UNC. People should be clamoring at Bill Belichick's door. There should be a line out the door of people scratching and clawing to give them a scholarship because the greatest head coach just signed with a college football team. If Don Shula went to University of Cal, people would have killed to get onto that team. And we are living through the moment where our Lord and Savior, the greatest professional coach in history, has gone to, yes, not a good team. And when I tell you, if I can go full Jordan Belfort, this penny stock is going to skyrocket. This has upward potential of millions of dollars. When I tell you this is a sure thing. I have a UNC sweatshirt in the mail, I have jersey in the mail, and I have a hat in the mail. And the sweatshirt has big old Billy B's face on it, and he's already decked out in UNC gear.
It's a good color.
I'm
It's a good
in.
color.
It's an awesome
It
color.
looks good on everybody. It's a
Carolina
good one.
blue. It looks particularly good on me.
Mhm.
I am excited. I am in. Bill Belichick is going to revitalize college football.
Let me. So I want to let me just say what I think, and then I want to go to your thing where it's like players should always want to come play. Belichick's going to do all this stuff. I don't see how people are looking at this at any sort of negative. I think it's pretty clear what happened. The NFL did not want Bill Belichick. It's that simple. People are saying that people wanted him. He may want to. This is what happened. The NFL didn't want him. So he said, what's the next best thing? Let's go to college. And UNC, for some reason, just jumped out at him. Lawrence Taylor played there. Maybe that's something. I don't know. Maybe that's why it was on his radar. He loves LT. Who knows? I don't care why he picked them, but it is people also need to understand the NFL did not want Bill Belichick for one reason or another. And the reason they didn't want him, I think, and this is where I'm going to give pushback to you, Liam, where you said that players should want to come play with them. Players will or play under him. A lot of players will, because like some players do still enjoy it's Bill Belichick, that type of coaching. But what do we see now with college players coming into the NFL? That type of coaching, that type of coach, that's of a he's the last of a dying breed. Saban isn't around anymore. Who's the toughest, the hardest coach in the NFL? Mike Tomlin, maybe, and he's a pushover. He's a player's coach. My worry, I guess, if we're gonna kind of have some sort of different topic with this. My worry is, yeah, players are going to want to play with them, but what type of players aren't going to want to? Like your flashy potential superstar receivers or quarterbacks, maybe they're going to be like, yeah, listen, I'm only in college for 1 or 2 years. I want to have fun. I want to get these deals. I want to go out. I want to party on the weekends. I want to do all this stuff. I want to go play under Belichick, like the old guy, like the old head. No, let me go play for another team. He's coaching at UNC. I could probably go to Arkansas and go play somewhere else, or go play with Auburn or Alabama, Oregon, wherever, and just go do this. Now, I think that would be the wrong approach, because I think anytime you can be around Belichick, you should be there, soak up as much knowledge as possible. But I feel like we shouldn't forget that part. The reason you don't have coaches like Belichick anymore, or why players are so undisciplined now, it's all a part of the same thing. This is a new era of sports. Players do not put the sport or the team first. The Brady like way of thinking doesn't exist anymore for the majority of people. It's really, hey, I want to go get my stats. I want to go get paid. I want to go do this. Of course, I want to win, but that's not the end all be all. And I think that's going to be the real learning curve for Belichick. I think he's going to still be able to get people saying like, is he going to be able to learn the college game, or the dude was the greatest of all time for 20 plus years. I think he'll be able to like bring, cause it's the same sport. He'll be able to bring that to the, to college football, but it's going to be interesting just to see what players play there, what players don't, how he coaches on a week to week basis too, like how his teams look. It's going to be very interesting. I'm intrigued about it. And I think anyone who has a really strong negative opinion about it, go suck your ass. Like enough.
Yeah.
Like come on.
I'm really excited because, yes, there are a lot of divas in the sport, especially in college football, now that athletes can get paid. You look at
Mhm.
people like Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders, and they've honestly created a terrible name for athletes because it's all about them. I couldn't name you three other players on Colorado because it's just all about them. And
Yeah.
Shador's reaching out to the Raiders owner, like, come draft me. And it's all very selfish
Mhm.
business now. But the beauty of college football, you don't have to have these studs. You can have a grand total, a sum greater than the sum of your parts, and they can go out there and win. I point to September 1st, 2007, the year of our Lord, when Appalachian State upsets Michigan in the first week of the season. They were supposed to be national championship contenders. Boom, done. Second 9/11 reference of the podcast, September 11th, 2010, James Madison University, man who was born on my birthday, our fourth president of the United States, shout out James Madison, upsets Virginia Tech. Huge upset. Temple upset Virginia Tech again, 1998. Navy beats Notre Dame November 3rd, 2007. Huge year for upsets. That is the beauty of college.
Mhm.
We saw this year Army and Navy both be competent football teams. They throw the ball like four times a game. They
Oh
just
yeah, it's
run the shit
nuts.
out of the ball, out of wild formations, twirl motions, quarterback draws. It's unbelievable.
Mhm.
Bill Belichick has an opportunity to be ultra creative, and the sum of this team is going to be incredible to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it should be. I think he'll do well. I think it's going to be very interesting just to see how everything plays out, like what's going on. Cause then inevitably next year you're going to get UNC at what, like, let's just say they have a better record than the Patriots. Like, could they, but like, that's going to be insufferable. But
Yep.
It's going to be very interesting to see it happen. It's still weird to see. Do you guys are you guys confident in his ability to lure younger people in his vicinity? Because he seems to be good at that, at luring younger people around
Well, he'll definitely get some beautiful
him.
girls on his arm. That's for damn
Maybe
sure.
people that are like, I don't know, 48 years younger than him, which is
I think
kind
what
of what he's going to be
Belichick
going
has
with.
an opportunity to do the funniest thing ever, to motivate his players by saying none of their girlfriends are as hot as his.
that is true.
Yeah.
I
That
think that the name is going to help him. I just think the name Bill Belichick will be the ultimate drawing card.
as it should.
Right, and I think that's what's going to end up helping him in the end. Now, do I think he'll get the kids that go again to like the big time schools? I don't know. That
Not
remains
at
to be
first,
seen.
maybe. Yeah.
But
Who knows?
they, if he does it right, they should be a top 25 team next year. If he does it
Also, we also live in the college football age of celebrity. Deion Sanders getting all these sick players to go to
Mhm.
Colorado who have been
True. Very
way
true.
more dog shit than UNC ever has. Colorado is just fucking terrible. And UNC has at least been respectable, like
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, no, that's huge too. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Where like, name value obviously does. Now, different people, Deion Sanders is
Mm,
10 times cooler than Bill Belichick to
that's
younger
not even
kids.
true even a little bit.
To younger
Bill
kids, not
Belichick
to us
still has
old
all his
people.
toes.
Yeah, yeah, okay. All right. Do you guys have any other final words for the Belichick signing, I guess? However
right,
you
I
want to
good
put it.
I
luck.
bet Billy B could beat Deion in a 40 right now.
Do you think that Bill Belichick will ever coach again in the NFL? I don't need to know where or anything. Do you think he's pretty
No,
much done in the NFL?
I
which
think
sucks
so.
because I want to see him break the
Yeah.
record.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's done too. For him to to be gone for 3, 4, 5 years, come back at that point, he's going to be almost 80, high
Mm.
70. Like,
But if
I don't see
anyone
it
can do
happening.
it, it is our Lord and Savior
Yeah, no,
Bill
I mean,
Belichick.
I would still like to see it, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting. People saying, "Oh, it's sad he's not going to be around." He's
How
still going to
Tom
be. He's not
Coughlin's still
dead.
in football. He's like a
Yeah, true. Yep.
general something, and he's a
Yeah, he
million
could still
years
come
old.
back.
I wonder how old Tom Coughlin was when he was coaching, like when he last had his coaching job with Jacksonville, because he was old as sin. He's
He
still
was
pretty
old.
damn.
Yeah, he was old. I don't know, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I do think this is the end of Belichick in the NFL, but good luck to him at UNC. Make Drake May proud.
Oh,
And
Tom Coughlin 78.
okay. Oh, so yeah,
Oh,
so Belichick could come back. He's what, 73 right now, Belichick?
Yeah.
72,
yeah.
73.
Coughlin
Yeah.
was 69 years old when he was the last year with the Giants.
Oh,
Okay, so
he
then
was already that old? Holy shit.
really,
Hmm.
All
hmm,
right.
He
Well,
was born in 1946.
old
god damn.
motherfucker.
Born in 19. That doesn't even sound real.
I
Be
know.
born in that's like when people say they were born in like 2003. I'm like, no. They just stopped
Yeah,
making people after that. Yeah.
1946.
That's
Holy shit.
crazy. Nuts.
Hitler had just died.
Yeah, so he just missed them. Like ships
Yeah,
passing
just
in the
by
night. He just
yeah.
missed
Well,
them.
as a Patriots fan, he might be the reincarnation of Hitler. I fucking
He
hate
might
Tom
be. He
Coughlin.
might be. All right. Speaking of Patriots, we got to talk about it. Yeah, Patriots, as we spoke about before we hit record on this, not most likely, their last potentially winnable game. Not saying they couldn't win because there's always a 1% chance they could win a game in one of these next three games. But for all intents and purposes, their last winnable game against the Cardinals, coming off a bye. Patriots got steamrolled basically, 30-17, wasn't even that close. I like we could do stats. We'll do stats. Drake May, 19 to 23, 202, a touchdown and a pick that was not his fault that we'll talk about. Ramondre Stevenson, 13 carries for 69 yards. Antonio Gibson, 7 for 33. Kendrick Bourne, 3 for 44. Hooper, 3 for 38. Everybody else is kind of right there. There's really nothing impressive about this game. Kind of when you look back at it, even like the film, there's nothing too good, nothing too bad. I think this was the biggest just nothing wet fart of a game that you could
More
think of.
disappointing than the last two games.
And you know what, I'm gonna say yes because there wasn't even anything overly like excited. Like Drake May played
The
like a good
Dolphins game was pretty
quarterback.
bad.
Yeah, but even then, it was like at least it was really bad. This was just like boring bad. Like it just
Yeah.
like
Well,
you
there's
look up at one point
something
and it's 16-3, and I'm like, it feels like it's 40-1. Like,
Yeah.
there's
I
something
don't
that's
know. Al,
bad.
jump off.
There's
Where do you
something
want to
that's
go?
bad, and Liam and I talked about this yesterday when we were watching the game together. It's so bad when you see the Patriots do something good, and then you're
Mhm.
waiting for it to be negated by something bad. You're waiting for the flag to be thrown.
That's
You're
where we are.
waiting for you're waiting for a big play to be given up. Look at what happened with Drake May, Mike. You even mentioned in the group chat. Overthrows, I think it was Kayshawn Booty by a large margin. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if it was Kayshawn Booty, but I think it was.
It was
And
Kendrick
then
Yeah.
throws
Bourne.
Did
He was
you
on the
did you
run. He was
think
on
that
the
was a
run.
post flag, or do you think he
Oh
just
no,
fucked
not that
around?
one. Wait, are we talking about the booty one or the one where he's rolling out to the right and he
rolling out to the right
Oh
and he
yes,
missed
yes,
it.
yes.
okay,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, you're right.
He
You're
And
right.
then
overthrew
the
Kendrick Bourne
next
a
play,
little
the
bit.
interception comes. Like that's what we're talking about. That's
Mm.
what bad football teams do and bad organizations do. Patriots are a bad football team. The Patriots are a badly run organization right now. And at least for the rest of this season, the last three games, it ain't changing anytime soon. Especially when you have two teams that you're playing in the span of 3 weeks that are both playing for the playoffs. One of them is looking like they could potentially be the number two seed in the playoffs. And you have another team that has a head coach that, sure, he may be known as a cheater in college, but he knows how to develop football programs and he knows how to actually get buy-in. And in his first year with the Chargers, Jim Harbaugh looks like he knows what he's talking about and knows what he's doing with the Chargers. So I'm like not looking forward to the last 3 weeks of this season just from watching the actual team. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be terrible.
Yeah,
Let the record show the Patriots also get every call against them, which I don't like to use
very
that as
true
an
as well.
excuse by
Very
any
true as
means,
well.
but it really seems like the refs
The
are just
roughing the passer
looking
call.
for was complete horseshit. But it also looks like any chance for a holding call, which is on every play,
Hmm.
they will take it and run with it.
Yep.
And at some point, it's wildly frustrating that we can't even watch football.
Yeah, which again, we're not. No one's making excuses. The Patriots have done this
Yeah,
to themselves, but it
yeah.
just makes it when you are a team that is playing as poor as this, those flags, those calls, they get magnified because it just looks worse because the margin for error basically doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like Drake May, I mean, like his play, yeah, he had the deep ball to Booty, which was nice, set him up for a nice little scramble flick of the wrist touchdown to Pop Douglas. That was cool, I guess.
That was
Um,
DeBorn, right? The deep one.
the deep one to
Mhm.
Bourne, yeah, perfect. Dropped it
Yeah.
in a bucket, awesome. Yeah,
But then there was so much bad. So I wrote down
but so
the
much bad.
first so much bad. So I wrote down the first six basically plays of the game. So first
I missed
down,
those plays because I couldn't get the TV working. So
I'm
yeah, let
eternally
me know.
jealous of you. No, 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 no.
I know there was a bad
You should
snap in there.
mute no, you should mute me. Yes, there was a bad snap. But you should mute me because this isn't even really worth listening to. The bad snap was actually later. But so first down, run, 0 yards. Second down, incomplete pass. Nice. Third down,
Here we
wide
go.
receiver screen to Douglas, which gets a yard. Terrible play call. They punt.
Okay.
Second drive, -2 yard run. We're not improving at all on the in the run game. On second and 12, Drake May is sacked for 4 yards. Great. And then incomplete pass on
Great.
third down. We punt, and that was the bad snap.
Okay. Um,
Or no, the bad
so
snap was later when he was good. This was a bad snap and it was an
there was a
incomplete.
bad
There were
snap, I
two.
guess, at the very
There were
beginning where
two.
he picked it up
Yeah,
and
there
threw
were
it, which
two.
was great. But yeah,
Yeah.
so I like, but even that, like, it's not even none of it was like there's not even any crazy like controversial thing you could talk about. I guess on the goal line they ran the ball 2 times. Could they have QB sneaked it? Sure, but like I'm not gonna sit there and get so worked up like why didn't you sneak the ball when you've been running the ball well that drive, especially if you can't run the ball and get 1 yard like that, that's on you. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Like with it, you got Joey Sly missing kicks, all those muscles, and you can't kick the ball.
Yeah.
Like
He's
I
jacked.
like Kyle Duggar. I don't know what happened to Kyle Duggar. Like, did he get his like? I don't do. Do we need to bring up this type of conversation where like, did he get his money and then just
Bail.
give up?
He might
Like, you know
have.
what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. And I'm not like, I know that sounds very talk show host type of a thing, but I don't have any other explanation because now I see people saying, oh, I knew we shouldn't have signed Duggar. Bullshit. He was
Dude,
great
he was our
for so
interception leader the last 3 years.
he would hit hard. You got him, Peppers, everybody back there. And it's like, it's literally, and I know he has his injury, but like, I don't see that as that your ankle injury isn't a reason for you overrunning players and missing tackles.
Yeah. This
Like,
is not a Jalen Mills situation.
no, this is not. No, by the way, he hopefully, pray for Jalen.
Yep.
Hopefully, he's good to go next year, next season.
Yeah. Come back
But
stronger than ever.
I don't know. So I get like, I really picked, I picked kind of one thing to just jump off for me, and I don't know. You guys can go where you want. I'm done with Jalen Polk. I'm not giving him any grace. I don't care. I am as down on this team as I've been, maybe since last year.
I was gonna
I
say
don't know.
last
Since like
season.
since I don't even know. Literally, guys, I got home. I watched this game over a friend's house. My wife and I. We watched the game. Whatever. Like it helped the misery because there were other people there. Drove home. It was about an hour-long drive. I got home. Before I went to bed, I tweeted the Jon Snow gif from Game of Thrones where he walks away. He goes, "Now my watch has ended." I said, "That's it. Like I got nothing else. Like sorry, Mayo. Like now I'm done. Like Jalen Polk, you're one of them. Get out of here. Javon Baker, I don't, maybe keep you because I haven't seen you. Kayshawn Booty, big wet fart to me. But yeah, my thing I wanted to get out there is I am officially done with Jalen Polk. Done with
Me
him.
and Al actually had a very brief conversation. I don't even know if he. So I lost many bets while I was at Al's house. He's the
Been
unfucking
there. I
lucky
get it.
charm. But there was one that I did hit in very small time winnings. It was like $10 to win $6 because it was a lock. And I kind of looked over at Al and I was like, "Do you think Jalen Polk will catch a single pass today?" And he goes, "Nope." And I was like, "You're right. I don't think so either." And it was Jalen Polk, point 0.5 receptions. And the under was like minus 160 or 140, some bullshit. And I was like, yep, give me that. He's
He
just,
didn't even catch
yeah,
one ball. He's also
no,
not running the correct route, which like now like if you want to talk like nerdy football, which like okay,
yeah.
yeah, sure, everybody's drying up right there as we're talking about this, but like you he's not running the right route. Liam, you brought it up. Remember the touchdown to Austin Hooper where you were like,
Yeah.
that might have been going to Jalen Polk. I believe it was 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
I think
Jalen
that
Polk
was
wasn't
Al's
running
point.
the
That
right
wasn't
route.
mine. Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't running the right route. Again,
Yeah.
Austin Hooper on this one, he's running a crossing route. He's getting involved in everybody's stuff. Like I'm at least Kayshawn Booty runs the right route, but sometimes he overruns the route, sometimes he slows up, whatever. And Kayshawn Booty, done with you too. But like Jalen Polk can't even seem to run like the correct route. But the Patriots offense is so bad, they have nobody else to put out
They
there.
have to. And they invested a second round picking him.
Which is like
They
the
threw to
offensive
him in
line, they
the
have
end
nobody
zone, too.
else.
Did you see
Yeah.
they threw to him in the end zone?
Oh yeah.
Way overthrew it. And I was like, did he run the
Yeah.
wrong route?
That was
Yeah.
everybody said because I saw everybody tweeted like, did he run the wrong route? And I watched the net this morning, people breaking it down. People were like, "There's no that this is weird." Like
That's
with
not a
this
route.
coverage, that wasn't the right route. So again, and like if you run the route, he probably drops it or gets 1 foot out of
Yeah,
bounds or whatever.
definitely
But
something.
still, like at some point, it's like a cliche saying, but the cream rises to the top. He's not the
Yes.
cream. He's like the seeds you throw out. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
done with him. I'm done with him. So what other comments do you guys have about this
I mean,
fucking debacle of a game?
to the point of the wide receivers, and I was talking with a couple friends at work today about this. Next year, your
You
wide
have
receiver.
friends?
I know,
Hey,
shocking. I know, I'm shocked too.
look at you.
Well, you guys are my friends.
Well,
but-
I'm one to talk. I got
I actually
3,
don't even
so-
like you.
and 2 of them
Oh,
are
that's why
you,
you were at
so.
my house yesterday. That's pretty cool.
I thought I was getting a calzone. I didn't get a fucking calzone.
Liam,
I
be
offered you
happy. I
3
wasn't even
times,
invited,
man.
buddy. I wasn't even
Yeah,
invited,
that's
Liam,
fair.
so
No,
be
you
happy.
were not. Yeah, that makes me feel better.
All right. So
You guys are
with the
too
wide-
white for me anyway.
He proposed the hangout in the fantasy football group chat that you're not a part of. So
Yeah. I think Al's the issue.
Yeah,
Al
Al
is
is the
my
issue.
Jalen Polk. Get him out of here. Shit, I'm sorry. Go. What were you
Nah,
saying?
No, you're good. The wide receivers that the Patriots should trot out next year in no particular order: Kendrick Bourne, Pop Douglas, Jalen Polk, you have to give a second chance to, but he's like your fifth receiver. And then
Booty.
one of Tet McMillan or Travis Hunter, and then one of Chris Godwin or T. Higgins. That should be your wide receiver group next year. That should be your room.
buddy.
If not,
I
that's a
will be
colossal
shouting
failure.
Super Bowl if we have a mixture of those people.
Like
I just
you
want a wide receiver who's played in the league for like 3 years who can catch. That's really all I want.
I mean, you have the money to do it. You have $140 million in cap space. You should be able to go get a receiver. Or to Mike's point, and Liam, you and I talked about this together yesterday. The the DK Metcalf idea. DK
Don't.
Metcalf, you throw in maybe a first or
The
in a
pipe
second to
dream.
get him. The point is there should be an upgrade to that
I'll
room.
take Hunter Renfro.
Dude, he's a free agent.
And
We
by the
can have
way,
him right now.
I know. I'm keeping my eye on him.
And by the way, just the maturity of the wide receiver room is so lacking. Your most mature wide receiver that actually is like a professional is Pop Douglas in his second year. That's not to say Kendrick
No.
Bourne. That's not to say Kendrick Bourne's not a good throw, but he was coming back from injury. He's not really he's not he is a rah-rah guy, but he's not a rah-rah guy in the sense of getting in guys' faces and showing them the way. Like he's an energy guy, which is
Yeah.
great. But as far as like going about his business and wanting to practice and wanting to be there every day, that's Pop Douglas. That's your guy that you want to build off of. And again, he's
I
only
got
second year
quotes
in the league.
from Kayshawn Booty. I got to pull them up. So keep talking amongst yourselves because
Well, I was just gonna
these are
say
other
too.
reasons why I'm done with him.
I was just gonna say that the comment that he made about the interception with Drake May,
That's
it's
what I'm
like
looking for. Yep.
where do you get off in saying that when you had the ball in your hands and you just like played hot potato, you're like, oh, here you go. It reminded me of the Water Boy when Adam Sandler's like 62, 62. There you are. And then he just chucks the ball to the guy and he's like, thank you, and then takes off for the winning touchdown. Like it's so stupid that these guys just won't shut up. Kayshawn Booty does not shut up. Jalen Polk does not
Okay.
shut up.
All right. I got
Like
it. Kayshawn
KJ
Booty.
Osborne did not shut up. So
And
it's
that's
Well, he
why
got
he's
it's
gone.
insane. Yeah, thank God.
Kayshawn Booty's got a couple quotes. Lee or Al, the one you were talking about. He said, I know because it was on the interception where Booty is running a little bit of a crosser. The ball is a
He
little bit
juju'd him.
behind him. He gets it in literally, he gets the ball and like shuffle passes it to the defender. And he said, I know it's a play I've got to make, but it's kind of hard when you're running full speed in one direction and the ball is kind of low. Listen, and there's another quote too, but just to address that, listen, you son of a bitch. First of all, if Drake May led you, you're getting blown up and dropping the ball. Secondly, people I saw kind of going over that play, you gotta you gotta be smart out there. Booty just keeps going. You got slow down a little. You see the defender. This is why Drake May is so much better than every receiver we have because he sees the defenders. He says, "Oh, the wide receiver should see that and kind of slow up and find the space." Nope, not Booty. And also, hey man, the ball hit you in the hands. Catch the fucking ball. You piece of shit. This is why you fell in the draft. Also, because you like to have orgies with your camp counselors
Can't
at
fault the
LSU
man
and
for
stuff
that.
like that. And then he also said, talking about Alex Van Pelt in the offensive play call, which now this is the second time, or maybe the third time he's publicly kind of criticized Alex Van Pelt. He said, we knew they was going to play man the whole game, but I feel like it's disrespectful when they go man first quarter, So I feel like we need to be better at attacking that instead of being shy about it. Kayshawn Booty, get the Jeremy Piven thing from Entourage. I've never seen Entourage, but that's the gift. Get the fuck out of here. You and Jalen Polk, pack your bags. You know what? Put Javon Baker in your goddamn suitcase. Get out. I am done. People talk about culture, Patriots fans. Oh, Mayo isn't building a culture, whatever. If you care about a winning culture, this type of guy, you don't want him on the team with these things because he has repeatedly not just talked about passes, whatever, this and that. He's talking about coaches now, and the Patriots can't do anything because they don't have the personnel. So they're in a pickle. Kayshawn Booty, get out. I'm done with him.
I think it's criminal you haven't seen Entourage. It's kind of fucked up.
I know it's on the list. It's not the next one's Peaky Blinders. That's
No, skip that one. Go to Entourage.
Something a little different to kind of talk about. I'm sick and tired of watching this defense every single week get
Just get
gashed by the
blown
run,
up.
gashed by 1,000 paper cuts with the run. You want to know what
Dude,
they're
the
averaging giving
pass.
up
All the
since the Bears
paper
game?
cuts, knife stabs, bullet wounds. They're
Yeah.
taking all the
Yeah.
injuries.
Since the
Yeah.
Bears game, they've given up 29 points per game, close to 30 points per game, which is insane to think about. Like we were talking before the season,
Crazy.
we were talking before the season started about just how good this defense was going to be.
Yep.
And now they go from being talked about as a top five defense in the NFL to a bottom five defense in the NFL, quite frankly.
The
And you
Bill
know
Belichick
what?
effect.
Out of probably fair, out of anybody that should go of the three main coaches that I talk about every week, Covington has to be the easy
Thank
one.
you.
Has to be
Thank
the
you.
easy one. Has to
Yeah, because
be.
it's
Get
not
the
injuries
fuck
anymore.
out.
It's not
It's not
it's
AVP.
not just injuries anymore either.
Yeah, it's he just doesn't know how to coach up a defensive scheme. But if you're gonna get rid of, if you only have to get rid of one coach this offseason, it's got to be DeMarcus Covington because he just doesn't know how to run a defense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Period. And you are going to be playing the potential MVP in two of your last three games, and you're playing a quarterback in Justin Herbert that can throw the ball all over the yard and has some
Yep.
decent receivers. So good luck to Marcus Covington. You better be not sleeping the next 3 weeks and trying to figure out a way to save your sorry ass from
You're
getting
playing
fired.
you're playing two quarterbacks that you hope are what Drake May turns into. So that
Mhm.
should tell you like how good these quarterbacks are. So yeah, like DeMarcus Covington, he's got a I don't even know like what would save his job of these last three games. Like he's got a I don't know, maybe they pull out a win because for defense that might do it. I don't know.
No.
I
He
don't
has
know
a
what will do it.
snowball's chance in a microwave of staying. And honestly, the Ari Gold quote is absolutely perfect, where he just kind of he rubs his nose. He's like, "You're fired. Like, just get the fuck out."
Yeah, which sucks because like I like maybe like I don't know if he'll take like a demotion and go back to doing something because I do think he's still like a good piece that could be here.
Yeah.
But like listen, I think like you got to go maybe have Brian Belichick be the defensive coordinator. I heard like kind of rumors of that. People were
Love it.
talking about it.
Love it.
I don't care. Just like there's it's bad when and I know when you're talking about this team, you gotta understand that the talent level as well, like impacts the play and how it looks. But guys aren't even in the right spots. And this is offense and defense now. Like, sure, like with the offensive line, like their play, you can only ask so much from them because their talent does cap them at what they can do and how coaching would affect them. Same thing on defense, but there are gaping gaping holes on this defense that would make like your grandmother clutch her pearls. That's how gaping these holes are. And like no one is even there. That like and again, we said it, I think, before the bye. Like Keon White was one guy. Keon White's getting blocked by one guy, maybe two guys. Like he's not doing anything. Like Jelani Tavai, he is playing, he is in the deep end and he's never learned how to swim.
Yeah.
Like Christian Ellis, a great depth piece.
Tries. He's
Yeah,
trying so hard out
he's
there.
doing his thing. He's giving his. I like him. I want him here. Just
Yeah.
like Tavai, I want both of them here.
Yeah.
But my God,
I want
like
them here spectating.
you gotta be like a second string, third down back. Marte Mapu, another guy, can't see the field. What
Yeah.
what is going on with that? Like that's another thing. If you
He
can't beat
can't be
out,
any worse than what we're doing out there.
you can't be worse than how Taki Taki is playing right now. And Taki Taki
Yeah.
coming back from an injury, I liked him. I thought that was a good signing. And I know the injury did whatever. Maybe he was starting on his left foot, like whatever. But still, he's not playing well. Like no one, like Christian Gonzalez is your only defensive, like Christian Barmore. Bless his blood clot heart. He's doing what he can out there. But
Yeah.
like he's one
Yeah.
guy. Like what I don't it's baffling. And
Yeah.
like I said, I did the Jon Snow tweet, the Jon Snow tweet. My watch is end. I'm down with the
Yeah.
shits now. If you want to get rid of anybody, when you're talking about coaches, I will listen. Even Gerard Mayo, I will listen, and we'll talk about things Gerard Mayo
Yes.
said after the game too. But like, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Dude, you would have thought me and Al were in a library or at a fucking funeral when on 2nd and 17, 50 seconds left, the Cardinals get that absurd like 50-yard play to Greg Dortch on I think it's Marcus Jones gets picked and it's just
Yeah.
Yep.
wide open
Wide
real
open.
estate. And Al and I are just like we're at an intervention for our friend who can't stop drinking and driving. We're just
No.
It's because it's expected at this point. That's the problem. We
yeah.
expect bad things to happen on both sides of the ball. On offense, you expect to get stopped or get flagged. On the other side, you expect the big chunk plays to happen against you, which both of them are happening. And that's why they're a bad football team. That's why. And Mike, you said, you don't know what to do. There's a very simple answer that I'm going to wait and hold on. I'm going to tease that until after the next thing that we talk about with coaches.
Ooh.
But remind me to come back to it because it's a very simple idea and it's a very popular opinion, but I think it's the opinion that needs to become a reality. So we'll wait on that.
I would like to say, and you mentioned it quick briefly, Mike, let the record show that Christian Gonzalez is out there locking it down. Like two beautiful passes to
Hmm.
Marv. And obviously Marv is a transcendent player. And
Very good.
yeah, Christian Gonzalez took his ass, took two touchdowns away from him. No, not in this house. One of them I thought was going to be a pick, but it wasn't. It was still an incredible play. Dude's balling.
He's a baller.
Dude, he had like those. There were some play like okay, he got picked on one, a nice 23-yard gain. Yeah, that's the play. Like that pick play, that mesh play works almost all the time. If you don't get called for the flag for like picking someone, it will always work. It doesn't matter what corner you have, it's gonna work. But other than that, yeah, those deep balls to the end zone. There were plays where Marvin Harrison Jr. had the ball and Gonzo
Yeah.
just nope, did exact like
Arm in between, like
perfection.
perfect technique.
Great.
You teach that in grade school. It is masterful.
Great. And yeah, I'm gonna give some credit to whoever coached him to do that because someone on the Patriots has been telling him to continue to do that.
The guy who drafted him,
So yeah, but maybe not. Maybe not. I'm not
definitely that.
I'm kind of
Definitely
done
that.
talking about Belichick. But
Shouldn't be.
so the Gerard Mayo quote. So someone asked him in the post game
Somebody's like,
because
Gerard, why is your team such dog shit?
no, so basically just to lay it out, the Patriots were down 16-3. It was 3rd and 1 from Arizona's 4, right? They handed the ball to Antonio Gibson and Ramondre Stevenson. They were both stuffed, no gain. That was pretty much the game. The game was over. I mean, once kickoff started in hindsight, but like that's what happened. So someone asked him, did Mayo ever consider running the ball with his 6'4", 225 quarterback in those short yardage situations? Gerard Mayo said, "You said it, I didn't." That quote is what so it went around everywhere. And then there was a follow-up question, and he did say, it does come down to me, which he does take accountability. But my thing is he's been just doing it the wrong way. He throws blame, then takes accountability. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's almost like everything you say before, but was kind of bullshit. That's
Yeah.
kind of like what this was. And I guess today he talked and he said, he talked to AVP. And I guess Alex Van Pelt was like, what? Like he didn't even know what was going on. Who knows if that conversation happened? Who knows if that's what Alex Van Pelt said? Who knows if Alex Van Pelt was lying? I don't know. But Mayo did say that it was kind of like a defensive answer. My issue is when you say quick defensive answers like that, you're kind of saying how you feel in the moment there.
Yeah.
You cannot, Gerard Mayo, a rookie head coach, you have your laundry list of mistakes that you have, as does every coach. And a lot of the coaches have done good things as well. But the cons, the bad things far outweigh the good things. You can't be throwing your first time offensive coordinator on your staff under the bus like that. Like and people are now saying the Patriots canceled team meetings or whatever today, players meetings,
Mhm.
because like maybe they were good, maybe like, ownership, it was a big coaching day. They all kind of wanted to get everybody in the room and air shit out if they wanted to, whatever was going on. That is a wild quote. What Al, you said you had some things to say about that. Liam, obviously, I want to know what you think too. When I saw that, that was really what made me go, oh no, no. Like you can call your team soft. That's fine. We've all been called soft, all that. don't second guess my decision in front of the public when, buddy, you got skeletons in your closet too. So
He's
what's
the
your
head
guys' thought on
coach.
this? Yeah.
It's it's sad that it continues to happen, but that's also the sign of a guy that's the lights are a little too bright for him.
A
That,
hundred percent.
that's that's what it's coming down to. It's one thing if you do it once. You do it once, it's like, okay, fine. You made a mistake, whatever.
Mhm.
Excuse me. This has been happening since the off season. This has happened. The money to burn comment. Remember that one? We got cash to burn.
Yeah, but
Like,
I hated the reaction to that, but I get what you're saying, where it's
yeah,
just
like it's
you got to
it's
say the right thing.
that was the start of it. And again,
Mhm.
if that was the one thing, it's like you said, Mike, it's a one-off, it is what it is. But this has been a pattern. This has been going and going and going. The Colts game, you take away that one drive. Yeah, but guess what? The one drive happened.
He
But
said
it's
that
again,
this game too. If you take
but
away the 53-yard run,
right. Point being, you can't keep fumbling your words. You can't keep having emotional responses and then take it back the next day because then it's
Mhm.
a pattern. And if you're going to do that, you cannot coach in the NFL because that shows that you're thin skinned and that you can't handle the pressure. And even Gerard Mayo, excuse me, said this on WEEI. Sorry, I'm twitching because I'm so like,
Angry.
yeah, angry and pissed off. Um, Basically, it's starting to get to him a little bit. Like everything's starting to get to him. And I think we're just seeing
Yep,
that in his responses. So
which
it's
is
not good.
natural.
I
It's
think, and
natural,
this is going to
but
be an overreaction, but you know what? I think next offseason, excuse me, you clean house. I think you need to. I think you lick your wounds. And what I say to this is what I said to people today. If you're gonna do that, you need to let the next person dash people in charge. You get 2 years no matter what. You get 2 years
Yes,
to right the ship because you know
please.
what? It's not fair to become the Jacksonville Jaguars where they were constantly recycling coaches, constantly recycling front office and trying to get, the right answer. You got to give
Mhm.
these things time if they're established veterans or if you think it's like a Ben Johnson that's a hot shot. That's going to be the next big thing. You have to give if you get rid of Mayo, which just spoiler, I don't think they're going to get rid of Mayo. I don't think they're going to get rid of Van Pelt. I think Covington's as good as gone. But if you did miraculously get rid of Mayo, the next guy has to have a little bit of assurance that he has time to actually complete the mission. Liam, you'll like this. Butch Davis. You remember Butch Davis, former Miami coach.
Do I remember Butch Davis? I
They
have a
gave him three.
shrine to Butch Davis in
They,
my
they gave
room.
him they gave him what, like 3, 4, 5 years to complete the mission. Sure enough, if he stayed one extra year, he probably would have been a national champion. And that's
Not
my
even
point.
probably.
He would have been. So you have to build the culture. You have to have people build it, but it has to be the right builders. And once you get the right builders, then it's got to take time.
Yeah.
Show the progression, show the growth, and then that's going to help you in the future. Rant over.
They had Larry Coker as coach when they won the title. He's like Joe Biden out
Hey,
there.
hey,
He
hey,
was
hey,
he
hey.
was
You give Larry
completely
Coker some
I
respect.
love Larry Coker, but he's clueless. He was senile, a daughter. I love him dearly, but he was a doddering old fool. He was a glorified babysitter to the greatest college football team ever. He was completely and utterly clueless. Butch Davis is he's the godfather. He's the Don. He's the big baller. And I wish he wasn't banished to the Cleveland Browns.
He
do
chose
do
that.
do you think so
I know he's an idiot.
with the Mayo stuff in Liam? I want to hear your thoughts on this and also just like Mayo's quotes there. Do you think that there's a way where you can like Mayo is obviously learning on the job? Al, you said the next guy you bring in, you got to give him 2 years to whatever. I I just think that Mayo deserves that grace as well because not only was this his first year, he was inheriting. We have to remember, we all love Belichick, we all love the Patriots. Mayo was inheriting the worst roster in the league, arguably, maybe top three if you want to give them some sort of credit. Now, granted, he has
Technically, we had
not
the third
helped
pick.
himself. He has not helped. Yeah. So the stats show a top three worst roster in the league. So I think he should get something. What if you bring in an offensive coordinator who is either like a hotshot who can command a room or a veteran guy. Maybe you get another defensive guy in there. So then Mayo can do his head coaching stuff and he just doesn't have to worry about like Dan Campbell for the Lions doesn't have to worry about offense because he's got Ben Johnson there. Like maybe like what if there was an offensive coordinator, a vet, or someone who could come in, command the room, handle the offensive side of the ball and not have to have Mayo maybe second guess his thoughts. Like maybe that's a route you could go. Or like you said, you could clean house. Like that could be an option too. I don't know. But Liam, just kind of like your thoughts on the quote and just kind of what you think is now going to happen with Mayo, if you think anything has changed with what your thoughts are with Mayo.
He's definitely, like he said, it's getting to him. What did you expect being the head coach of a football team with mandatory media meetings and mandatory amount of questions that you have to answer, bringing on an objectively bad team? What were you expecting? And obviously, whatever he built it up in his mind, maybe the reality is way worse than he built it up in his mind. But if that's the case, dude, you're not cut out to be a coach. Like, that's really stupid. And also, you were the leader of the defense for the greatest coach in history who had
Mm-hmm.
the ultimate tactic for handling the media. He took the Greg Popovich approach. Every great coach does the same thing. Gives them absolutely nothing, takes absolutely nothing. You just sit up there and you smile and nod, and that way it doesn't weigh on you because you answer every question with a non-answer. You answer every question as we're on to next week, or we'll
Mm-hmm.
have to go look at the film. But instead, he's internalizing and taking all this personally. And did you learn nothing, dude? Like, you're an incredibly smart football player, but you're showing me you're not a people's person, which is arguably the biggest thing to being a
Mm-hmm.
head coach is you have to manage personalities, manage the media. You have to be a people person.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm a history nerd. Richard Nixon's my favorite president ever, even though he was disgraced and impeached and whatnot. But he always said he isn't a people's person. He's more of like an actual politics guy, and he hated all the media that went along with the presidency. He was a damn good president, but he wasn't a social guy, and he didn't have a lot of people liking him. That's a job. You need to fucking be good with people. And it didn't work out for him. And the same thing with Gerard Mayo. Like, dude, I don't know what you were expecting, but you were expecting something completely wrong and you're a fucking idiot. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. So, yeah, like all these backhanded compliments or digs at his coaching staff. And I didn't even like the calling his players soft thing. Like, dude, you're not motivating anyone. Like Mike Tomlin
Mm-hmm.
doesn't do that. Kyle Shanahan doesn't do that. Sean McVay doesn't do that. Dan Campbell definitely doesn't do that. He's the
Mm-hmm.
ultimate build your players up, build your staff up. Dan Campbell will go for it on fourth down 4 times in a row, and he could miss all of those, and he will not blame anyone. Dude, what are you doing? It just makes absolutely no sense to me. The dude clearly didn't think this through.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't mind the soft comment, calling your players soft, because I think
Yeah, and it can be
that's one
excused.
of
I don't
the
like it, but it can be excused.
exactly. But that in a vacuum is fine because we've all played a sport at some level here. We've all just had someone coach us in something and kind of like dig us a little bit and try to like
Yeah.
get that like competitive fire going. That's fine. But once you start even subtly, like you said, throwing players, saying that like Jalen Polk has a mental block, a mental hurdle he has to get over. Like it's
Yeah.
just there's things that you can. The fact that you're saying them isn't a problem. It's the fact that you're saying them to the media, which is the problem. Because that's why we all shit talk Bill Belichick. There will never be another person who gives so little to the media as Belichick did. But there's a reason he did. And there's a
Yeah.
reason why his answer was always because I thought it was best for the team. Because when
Yeah.
it comes down to it,
That's
that's
the
what
only
it
right
was.
answer.
But now Mayo has dug himself such a hole where he could say that and people will be like, okay, yeah, but that's just dumb.
Yeah.
It's like I think he's. I don't know. I could hear. I could see him maybe going. You guys talked about cleaning house. I guess I could see that. I don't. I don't know for sure, but I don't know. They gotta do something. I kind of look at it. It's a bunch of different ways because I don't. Oh, did you guys have anything else you want to talk about with the game? By the
No,
way, oh,
no.
thank God. Yeah. So basically, just moving forward, it's like I don't know, man, because you see John Harbaugh, different thing. He's coached for so long, but he comes in and he kind of gets going and gets the team going, gets everything happening. Like
It's the people going.
I pushed back on the Mike Vrabel thing because like I'm not as enamored with him. But
Love
now I'm
Mike
just
Vrabel.
looking like shit. At least he's been a coach.
Yeah.
Maybe he comes in and like maybe just like he knows how to work the room better.
He's
I don't
right there, unemployed. Just like we said
he
about Hunter
may
Renfro earlier. He's right fucking there.
both of them get them both in. Like,
Yeah.
but the thing is with Vrabel, I don't. At the end of the day, I don't give a shit how you handle the media. Like that's not the thing to me. Like we can nitpick what Mayo says and all that
I
stuff.
don't
Once you
care how
start
you
throwing
handle the
people under the
media,
bus, that's different.
but that's a product of how you handle the media. If you let all these terribly annoying, super
Exactly,
generic
that's true.
comments, because you're going to get the same comments every week. If you lose, what were you thinking when you got sacked
Mm-hmm.
on 3rd and 3? Like, I wasn't thinking that we get sacked, but like when you hear that every fucking week, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's gonna wear on you, but where's your wherewithal to just fucking hunker
Yep.
down and be like, well, we drew up the right play, we just didn't execute. Like, just hit
Yeah.
them with the generic shit that you heard probably in college from your coach at Tennessee, probably Steve Spurrier. I don't know who Gerard Mayo's coach was, and from Bill Belichick. Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Just say the least bit. Like I don't think that Vrabel being here would have resulted in more wins necessarily. I just think that the outlook on everything, it would just be different. And it's like now that's where now I'm looking at it because like I said, I never had an issue with Mayo with his like okay, like maybe he said things that could be misconstrued as certain things. And it's like the burning cash comment. It's a harmless thing, but
I thought it was
Patriots fans
funny.
were just pissy. And like that's
Yeah,
the
I
thing.
thought I
But
laughed.
it is when you start making comments where it seems like you're throwing people under the bus repeatedly, not even just this AVP thing, calling your players soft. That's one thing. Saying Jalen Polk has mental hurdles. Okay, that's another thing. Saying players were in the area, but you expect them to make the tackle, all that. Okay, that's fine. You say it again the next week. Okay, yeah, obviously we all thought they would. You say it again, and then you start to look like, well, Mayo, why weren't they in the right area then?
Yeah.
No.
What like because if they were in the right area and they missed the tackle, Kyle Duggar, we can say, okay, that's on the player.
Yeah.
That's on the player there. But this Arizona game, and you're coming off a bye. How do you look like this coming off a bye? It doesn't make any sense. And I think that's a part of why I am open now to whatever coach you want to say you want gone. I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it because I don't, the clock has now started with Drake May. Drake May is the guy. He's doing well. You need to immediately start building around him. Elliot Wolf, to me, I think Elliot Wolf's job, it should be safe. People are talking about how like he didn't do enough this offseason. Okay, hindsight, sure. But we've already talked about it. The year is crazy with injuries. Drake May performing better than expected, coming in
Yeah.
sooner, all that stuff. Like Elliot, well, fine, man. Like I'm not going to judge all your draft picks right now because maybe against my wishes or my thoughts, maybe Jalen Polk turns into a player. Maybe Baker does. Layden Robinson, maybe he turns into something. We don't know.
He won't.
Bell, what's his name? The tight end. Maybe he becomes a starter.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's just like Javon Baker, him too. So like I think Elliot Wolf is fine. Like to fire the GM, that to me is like you're starting completely over. But
I think
anybody else, I don't know.
I think if you're not going to fire Elliot Wolf, that's fine, but his seat's going to be pretty warm because especially
It needs to
now
be.
you have the money to spend. You have probably, again, you're probably going to get another top five pick at the absolute worst, top 10 pick. So you have pieces that you need to cash in on. You need to nail the pick, just like you did last year with Drake May. You need to go get T. Higgins and other pieces in free agency to help you. If you go again and your best free agent signings in 2 years are Austin Hooper and Antonio Gibson, that's a fireable offense. 2 years is fireable. 1 year, all right, fine. Like
Yeah.
Yep.
you you you
Yep.
you can say that he should be gone or he only gets one more offseason. Either one I'll live with. But you better nail this offseason, and it has to be an A plus offseason. It can't be an A, it can't be an A minus, can't even be a B plus. You have to have an A plus offseason to get
Oh
you
yeah.
back in good graces and get you
Oh,
some job security.
it's what 130. The Patriots have like 130 something $1 million. I don't even care whatever
I
the
even
number
thought it
is.
was close to 140.
Money
You
to
need
burn, baby.
to the number could be 100. I don't give a fuck. You need to ace, like you said, Al. You need to ace this offseason. And like the draft, I don't care. I'm talking about really like the first couple picks. Like, because with the draft, you really don't know. It's a crapshoot. Get what you want. I'm talking adding players in free agency, trading DK Metcalf, please. Like, if you need to build this team now, you need to get a couple offensive linemen. You need to get a number one wide receiver and probably even another wide receiver, if we're being honest. Like, you need to get some defensive help. You need maybe a pass rusher that's out there. You need to set this team up, and you have every single option, every single thing at your like fingertips right now.
Just
You
perfect.
have a quarterback that people would want to come play with. You have money to spend, and you're also the Patriots, which like people do still that name still kind of brings something. Like, it's the Patriots. You're not like the Lions or like the Commanders of however many years. Like, the Patriots are still a thing. The fan base, it's a big thing. Like, you need to do that. So when I say that Elliot Wolf, I don't think his job should be in jeopardy. I'm strictly this year. After this offseason, or even during the offseason, we're going to be judging him every single move he makes.
Yeah.
He needs to nail it. And I wanted to bring up this with you guys too. It kind of got out there. Travis Hunter. People are saying that when he gets drafted, it's expected that he's going to be a corner and he'll have some packages as a wide receiver. Now, I want to know if that changes you guys. Al, you always give your top five people you think the Patriots should draft. If that is the case, I don't want the Patriots anywhere near Travis Hunter. If he is playing 90-95% corner and he'll play like he'll be like a Marcus Jones thing, whatever.
Yeah.
Nope. Sorry. I know that corner is kind of a need, but no,
Yeah.
with the first pick, get the fuck out of here.
I agree. Let's play the flip side here, though. Certainly, we need wide receivers, and we would like permanent wide receivers who play only wide receiver, yes. But we saw Marcus Jones have another dynamic 18-yard catch in this
True.
last game. So,
Mhm.
occasionally we sprinkle in Marcus Jones and Travis Hunter, how maybe both at the same time on offense. I think I think that could lead to a lot of dynamic plays, but it's the same problem that the Saints have when they put in Taysom Hill. It's more of a gadget than it is useful day to day, play to play.
Yep. Yeah. Oh shit, that's a good one. Yeah,
Little
yeah,
Dr.
that's what
Seuss action for you.
I believe that too. Al, what do you think? If he's going to be a corner, if that's his thing, like, does that change? Do you think the Patriots should still be on the lookout for him with the third pick? We'll just assume they have the third pick. Like,
Yes.
or does that change it for you? What do you think?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I think
I
the
was like,
in
I love it more.
I think the instincts, I think the football IQ, I think the speed, I think those are three things that you just can't teach in the NFL. And Travis Hunter has all three of those.
You see,
And
Travis Hunter was on that stream, and he was like, "Travis Drake made a Travis Hunter." Okay,
that'd be tough.
did
I
you see
watched a
that?
lot of Travis
I did.
Hunter like content. I like him until I heard that he wants to be a corner for his career. And I was
And
like, ah,
now I
shit.
hate him.
But
Which, I
I'm
mean,
in on Travis Hunter if he's going to be a receiver.
and you know what? With if Travis Hunter's the better corner, then you can utilize Marcus Jones sometimes as, a corner to sub in on some plays. You can keep Marcus Jones again in the special team game, in the punt return, the kick return game. You can use him sparingly on offense. You can have him as your Swiss Army knife still. You just have someone else that can come in and also be a little bit of a Swiss Army knife. Why? And Bill Belichick's thing when he was here, right? Guys that can do multiple things, guys that can give you multiple strengths.
Yep,
Like Travis Hunter can do that.
I
So
agree.
I'm
But it's not play to play.
it's not play to play, which is
Because
fair.
think about it, game-winning drive here. So you assume you're going to want Travis Hunter in on defense on the last offensive, like the last defensive drive to try and stop the team. So
Right.
he'll play the 15 plays on that drive or whatever it is, 9 plays, full speed, guarding the other team's one of their top receivers. And then when you want him in on the game-winning drive, can you play him the entire game-winning drive? I guess you could,
I mean,
but
he's
like
used to it. He's used to doing it. So I mean,
yes,
Yeah,
but it would be unprecedented, I guess.
it's
Maybe he
different.
can.
Yeah,
it's and you know what, Mike, you'll understand this reference because it's more of a baseball reference. Liam, I know you talked yesterday, not a big baseball guy, but like
because
A
I'm
little
old. You
bit.
think because I'm old, I know baseball and I like
no,
Yeah.
baseball?
because you said you played baseball, you goon.
Touche.
So,
Touche.
anyways,
Goon is actually a hockey term, but mixed in sports now, cross pollinating. But okay,
oh my
loser.
God, go back to sipping your girly drink over there. Anyways,
It was
so
very girly.
so it's like having Shohei Ohtani, right? Shohei Ohtani, really incredible pitcher. Probably one of the best hitters we're ever going to see once his career is over.
Greatest player in MLB history, I would say.
Greatest player in current MLB history.
Mhm.
Now, am I saying Travis Hunter is going to be the best football player ever? No, but he can have a huge impact on both sides of the football. And that's somebody that you just can't pass up on. Now, again, like I said, if you don't do anything in free agency for the receiver room and Ted McMillan sitting right there and you fall in love with his size and his athleticism, then fine, take him at 3. But I think otherwise, Travis Hunter is the pick. Don't overthink it, just like you didn't overthink Drake May that you didn't take. And I know you love him, Liam, but Marvin Harrison Jr. or Joe Walter, whatever, take Travis Hunter. He's going to be there with the current draft order.
He
Vegas is
will be.
probably going to take Shador Sanders. Giants are probably taking Cam Ward. That leaves Travis Hunter on the board for you. Don't be stupid. Go take him. Get a playmaker. Plan for this offseason to sign tackles so that way it's a
If that's
logical,
the case, then in free agency, you literally can only sign offensive linemen.
which
Like
is fine.
if we get anyone else, I'll fucking lose my mind. We need
But
five offensive
what if
linemen.
they get Higgins and another guy? Or what if they trade for Metcalf and God forbid they get Hunter Renfro? Like what if they solidify in our whatever our thought is for that or their thought, they solidify that wide receiver room. Do you then trade back and then take a lineman or like do you still take Travis Hunter? Like I don't know.
I'm
There's so many exciting parts of that, which we'll dive into it like a lot more later. But like I don't like what would you do? I don't know. It's crazy. Like I don't know. I don't know.
Unless we're
just
getting DK Metcalf, because in my mind, he's like a top 10 receiver in the league. I don't give
Yeah,
a fuck about
100%.
anyone else. Like Chris Godwin is
Mm,
always hurt the last 2 years, older and on his way out. He's reliable as hell. He's a receiver who can catch, which if we got him, I'd love it. But
yeah,
like, fucking the standard isn't too high. And T
but that's not
Higgins,
going
like
to stop you from getting someone in the draft, though.
of
That guy.
course, yes. But like uh in T Higgins, like, yeah, cool. He's like a top 30 receiver. He's fine. But like
Mhm.
we're gonna pay a boatload of money for him like he's a number one. That doesn't interest me. I would rather have, unless we're getting DK Metcalf, I would rather have Tet McMillan in the draft.
Yeah,
I'm I'm gonna be like Liam here with all his crazy like fetishes for weird players and everything else too.
that,
I'm sticking with Travis Hunter. I've been watching Travis Hunter since he was at Jackson State. He
Huge HBCU guy. I
yeah.
found that out yesterday. Huge HBCU guy.
Listen, Jackson State won me
See
some
that one
money, so I'll
coming.
take
That's
it.
fair. That's fair. He's a
But
loyal fan.
but you know what? Travis Hunter dominated at Jackson State, and everyone was like, "Oh, he can't do it big time
The
college
competition
level."
sucks.
Wins the Heisman at Colorado. So you know what? He has excelled at every level so far, and I expect nothing less in the NFL.
He also
I'm
shouldn't have won the Heisman. That was horseshit.
I'm not going to fight with you. I fought with other people about this. I'm not fighting with
Other
you about
people are
this.
right. That was complete horseshit that
Who
he
you think should
Best
was.
have?
player. The best
I mean,
player.
obviously, Cam Ward
Oh,
should have
shut
won the
up,
Heisman.
Liam.
He should have. But even if you cretins don't agree that Cam Ward is the nation's best player, Ashton Jeanty is like the clear number two. And
Ashton
like,
Jetty, it's the clear number two. That's right.
yeah, and Travis Hunter's like three or four.
That's a good.
No.
Where did the
Anyways,
Patriots draft him?
I'd be
GT or
pissed.
whatever.
at this
I'd
point,
be furious.
because it's a reality, I'm Travis Hunter until proven otherwise.
I would be
Yeah.
so mad.
So
I think he's gonna be a baller, but I'd be
I'm
so
in
mad.
on him, but I just want him to play receiver. That's it. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll have more draft talk later. We've gone on a little bit here. I do want, just before we go, Bills game. This is the game the Bills are still playing for something too. So this game has been flexed out
Who saw that one
to 425, and I saw a lot of, and I just wanted to, like I said, I don't want to stay long, because we've already extended our welcome. Al, I know you got to go use the bidet. Liam, you got to go to Al's
He
to
disconnected
use.
the bidet. I was so pissed.
Oh, so I'm happy I didn't come.
Yeah,
Didn't come. Don't come. But yeah. So they
I bet
changed
you
it this
don't, old
Sunday,
man.
December 22nd to 425. I saw Patriots fans. Oh my God! Now the nation, the country's gonna watch us. Guy, newsflash: everybody knows the Patriots suck. So let's
Yeah.
just get that out of the way. Secondly, why are people upset that the Patriots got flexed out to 425? If anything, I like it. More people are going to get to see Drake May duel it out with Josh Allen. And like, just people are going to get to see Drake May play well. Like, that's because either way, the Patriots were going to play on Sunday. It is not going to be fun for us to watch. So, like, who cares? It's 425, whatever. You don't have to give a shit about the first little games. You can kind of do what you got to do, get home a little late, you run some errands or whatever. I'm happy with this. I think this means for the 2025 Patriots, you got to think of that. If the NFL is already looking at them like, hey, we're going to flex them to 425 this year when they're 3-11, we're going to be getting I want to say what, like a handful, maybe three primetime games next year. So like that's what makes me more optimistic about it. But I understand that, it's just negative town. The sky is falling with Patriots Nation right now, which is fine. But obviously the Patriots are going to lose this game. It's in Buffalo. But yeah, what do you guys think? I don't even have to ask you the outcome. We all think they're gonna lose.
I
Game's
swear to
flexed
God,
to
if the
425.
Patriots win this game, I know nothing about football. Yeah, like I'm the biggest idiot.
Dude, if the Patriots win this game, I'll do the next podcast shirtless if that's what happens. That's how
I
much
will
I
go
think that they will.
streaking on the
Okay.
podcast if they
Okay.
win.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. Al, what do you think being flexed out to 425?
Yeah, Al, what will you do if the Patriots win?
I will
Shave your
give
head.
you. Yeah, there you go. Shave my head. I'll dye it Patriots colors. I'll put a
Okay.
Patriot right here.
I'm cool with
Deal.
that.
That's
I'm cool with that.
awesome.
I like it.
I'm just gonna say the score because this is how I really feel about the game. Bills 34, Patriots 6. That's how I feel about this game.
Damn. Damn, that sucks. Yeah. So yeah, that probably was gonna end up being. It's not gonna be good. I think they've scored 30 points like their last 5 or 6 games or something crazy like that. With it being flexed out, like, do you care at all? Like, does that mean anything to you? Other than just the fact that like the NFL wants people to see their star quarterbacks play or
Circumstance,
rising stars.
like because of my situation that I said in the group chat, yes, but like normally no. Like it would be what it would be.
Your prostate exam.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. No, I get it. You definitely gotta be ready for
Yeah,
that.
you probably got to
Haven't
get a lot of those now because you're both old, right?
Well, I was gonna say Mike's already gotten like
40,
three of
40
them.
is the
So
40 is the age. So I've
So
done
you've
2
only
by
been
now.
getting them for like 5 years? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, I go for fun now. I'm like, open them up, guys.
Check it out.
Gaping hole for you right
Yeah.
here.
I saw Babe Ruth
Um,
play. Check out my prostate.
We're in. Fuck off. Yeah, but I don't know. Whatever. You know what I want to see? I just want to see an exciting game because this game against the Cardinals was not exciting for anybody. The Cardinals aren't good enough. The Patriots weren't making good enough plays. Like, I just want to see an exciting game, even if it's like a fucking shootout. Like, just something. Give me something in this game. That's it. Like pick off Josh Allen once, give me like some great Drake May plays, and like keep it like I don't even want to say respectable. Just don't make it like overly embarrassing. That's all I want from this game. And no injuries, please. So
So
I
what's your
don't know.
score prediction?
Oh, dude, I'm gonna say 35 to, and I hate to do it because it's going against like everything I want to say, but I think it's gonna be like 35 to 19.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be.
Think Joey Sly hits that many field goals?
No, I think maybe the Patriots go for two. I don't know. No, 35. Actually, 35-17. That's my thing. Yeah, two touchdowns and a field goal. I think it's gonna be. Oh God, I just want to have fun. I'm gonna have to get drunk early.
See, I think the Bills suck. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say
Oh, we
it's
fucking dare.
a 17-10 game.
Okay. All right. With that, because I think you might need to go get your head checked. So we'll play.
I
If
cannot
it's
wait.
snowing, I will say if it is a snow game, the
Yes, all
Patriots are gonna
bets
win.
are off. Yeah, all bets are
I'm
off.
already saying any snow game, I pick the Patriots at all times. So just
Yeah.
I guess
How
that's what I
how'd
have
that
to do.
work last year in the last game of the
It
season?
worked one time.
It did.
It
It
worked against
worked
the Bills
fine.
that one time when
It
Mac
did.
Jones threw the ball once. That
Yeah,
was fine.
it was. It was
Um,
fun.
all right. Do you guys have anything else you want to get off your chest before we get out of here?
No, I think that sums it up nicely.
Three
All
games
right.
left.
All right.
Three
Three
games
games left.
left.
But you know what though?
Kids begging for the season to
You know what
end.
though? We get to see Drake May play. That's what I'm
Okay.
excited about.
Hmm.
Drake
Be
May
out
is
of my
fun to watch.
misery.
He's fun to watch, guys. So I'm happy about that.
He
You
is.
got the quarterback.
That last pick wasn't his fault.
No, it was not.
It's
So
not
it
your
is what
fault,
it is,
Will.
man. Yeah, it's not your fault. So for Al, Liam, I'm Mike. This is Tuck Rule Takes, episode 160. We'll see you next week. After a Patriots win, if it's snowing. So fingers crossed for snow.
If
That's
it's
automatic
yeah,
win.
free for snow.
Automatic win. We're out. See you guys later. Goodbye. No sweet feet.
Later.
Fuck this season.